This is a brief demonstration of CableGuard, a specialized cable protection system invented in South Africa and patented worldwide. Significant increases in cable theft in South Africa and internationally, coupled with punitive replacement and consequential costs, have created a serious need to address the problem. South African institutions have reported huge annual losses due to cable theft, including Transnet, 881 million rand, Telkom, 863 million rand, Eskom, 895 million rand, municipalities in Gauteng, 900 million rand. Cable theft is a major problem for all municipalities. The total direct cost to the South African economy resulting from cable theft reportedly exceeds 5.5 billion rand per annum. We start with direct pull tests carried out by several test vehicles, witnessed by a number of professional engineers, including representatives of Eskom, Johannesburg Metro and City Power, Ekurhuleni Metro, and Tshwane Metro. The first test is an unprotected cable buried in a trench compacted to normal standards. We begin. The vehicle used in this first test is a Land Rover Discovery 4x4 pulling against an unprotected electrical cable. You will see that after initial resistance, this vehicle was able to draw the cable out of its trench quite easily. The first test. We now attach two cable guards using two men who've been given only brief instruction on the assembly. The cable guard is attached to the electrical cable. The optimum distance between cable guards is 5 meters. The cable guard is attached to a 185mm multi-strand copper cable of the type generally used for electrical main supply ring feed. The cable is laid at the specified depth and fill material is then compacted to the normal standards. The second test uses an 8-ton truck pulling against a cable protected by two cable guards. The second test. the 8-ton truck could not move the cable. The third test. This test uses a more powerful double differential mechanical horse. Engineers requested a further test with the electrical cable doubled back and pulling from the opposite direction. Again, the cable guards prevented the cable from being lifted or removed. The fourth test. For the final test, we used an even more powerful Caterpillar 4-wheel drive excavator with a digital strain gauge installed between the vehicle and the electrical cable. The digital strain gauge reads pulling force in tons of direct pull. The 4-wheel drive Caterpillar exerted over 6 tons of direct pull and failed to move the cable. Continuous pulling at 5 to 6 tons completely sheared the electrical cable, but failed to move the cable guards. Here it is shown in slow motion. After completion of the tests, the cable trench was opened to examine the effects of the testing on the cables and on the cable guards. At the towing end, the cable was severely damaged, but at the cable guard clamping point, the cable remained intact. The cable remains intact at the clamping position. Visual results confirmed the electrical cable forward of the cable guard was damaged. The cable behind the cable guard remained intact. The electrical cable sheared at the attachment point. Here we see damage in front of the cable guard. And here is undamaged cable behind the cable guard. The electrical cable sheared at the attachment point. The tests demonstrated that the electrical cables were subjected to continuous full throttle pulling and deliberate jerking. All the tests showed the electrical cables were not moved. The cable guards remained intact, and the electrical cables were not visibly damaged beyond the first cable guard. For more information on this unique cable protection system, contact CableGuard South Africa Pty Limited on 270861 222 534 or visit www.cableguard.co.za. southafrica.co.za.